To my oldest and worst friend, I've been trying to do a thing about each and every disability I have, which is at least 15 of them. So let's do the oldest and most hated one, fibromyalgia. It's oldest because I swear to Christ, I actually remember when it physically hit me. And my whore parents always told me, oh, you're just making that up. But no, I still remember it. Fibromyalgia, if you're unaware, is malaise, nerve pain. You get a lot of pain between your shoulders and under your neck. Everything feels bad. Nothing specifically will cure it, and they claim they don't know what causes it. I will get into that in a minute. So let me tell you my story with fibro here. And there is no cure currently. Yay. I was 4, and all of a sudden I went from there was some scary haunted house shit going on when I was a kid in various awful apartments, but we lived in a trailer park, which we thought was classy because it was our own house. And I was like 4 or 5, and all of a sudden I just could not sleep at all, especially at night. I never had a problem with this, and I'd have horrific, vivid nightmares, and that's when the red snow started, which, if you're old enough, is kind of like TV snow. In front of the eyes, I can see it right now, but it's not as thick. That's another condition. I'll get to that later, but that hit me. And then I believe fibro just went bam. Because one day, it was a Saturday, and I'm like 5. I'm sitting on the couch, and it's daytime. And my awful parents are like, want to go showbiz or something? Like, my most favoriteest things. It's the weekend. I have nothing to escape. And I was so tired I didn't want to go anywhere. And that only concerned them briefly before they told me I better learn to wake up because when I'm an adult, I'll need to get a job. Very helpful for a 5-year-old. I don't know if I had a 5-year-old and they couldn't wake up, I'd be calling a doctor, but that's just me. We even had health insurance. Oh God, I hate them so much. So anyways, through the years, fibro has just been my only friend, my constant companion, but in the 90s was the first time in modern times it was even recognized, and it wasn't officially a disease till 2000. Before then it was called just ME or fatigue, chronic fatigue, and then made fun of as yuppie flu, something rich people got, the malaise of being wonderful. But it was actually first discovered in the early 1900s, then just promptly ignored for 100 years. So, yay. And it overwhelmingly, like most of these illnesses, hits women. So that tells you right there why. And since they claim they still don't know how it comes to be, there's really no great way to treat it. The brain pill trust kind of is seen to help them, like Lyrica, Celexa, and gabapentin. But I've been on all 3 of them. Lyrica worked. Woo, hit it out of the park. Then, since they somehow illegally extended their patent, Medicaid decided it was time for me to go on Cymbalta. Oh, that's it. I said Celexa, Cymbalta. I did. I got horrible chills and barfing just in the span of 2 hours of taking it. Then I was like, fuck this with gabapentin, just said it gave me suicidal thoughts, because that's the easiest way to make insurance stop this bullshit and give you your actual goddamn medicine. So back to Lyrica it was, and we've been happy ever since. But while it works, and I'm on a high dose, the highest you can do, it's not curing. I definitely did notice when I was taken off of it, so don't mistake me, it's doing something. But it's not nearly enough. If they let me take 3 times what I'm taking, I'd totally do it, no questions asked. Here's my belief on how fibromyalgia be. So in my family, obviously nobody was ever diagnosed with any of this stuff. I didn't even know I have had it or what it really was till I seen my first rheumatologist in 2014 when I was in my late 20s. And I was like, oh, because a friend told me how horrible it is, and the way she described it, I thought, my God, thank God I don't have this. Whoops. But there's a strong belief my whore mother might have it. She has several of the symptoms, but she just jeebuses her way through it. Sister number 2 was diagnosed with it last year. I believe she's had it since 2018. Nobody else showed any signs of it before that, even though sister number 4, who is my half sister, did get RA, but she never got fibro. Then sister number 3 is showing some really early signs of it and has been for a few years. She has not been diagnosed yet. I 100% believe it's genetic because there's several genetic links in our shitty genetic family. And the best I can tell, I believe my whore mother had a set of genes that, when paired with anyone with minor, you know, bad ones, with her pretty moderate bad ones, is how you get this. But like both my sisters, yeah, 4 doesn't have it, but 2 and 3 have EDS, but they don't have the dermatography or whatever it is that does this. They don't have the translucent skin. I seem to have gotten the worst of it because I'm blessed. So I don't know why that is. And frankly, I think money should be spent to find out why, because clearly something genetics going on there. They've also done research indicating that it's probably something in the brain, in the neurons. See, for a while they thought, oh, they were just making it up. They've suggested maybe nerve endings are misfiring, and they are, but it seems to be linked to the brain. That's interesting because there is trauma up my whore mother's side, and the trauma came down to me quite early. So it would make sense I got the most of it real fast. But by age 5, I mean, outside of her being an abusive parent, my dad too, nothing else. Like, I don't know why that would activate it, but apparently. So, who knows? But I'm hopeful someday somebody will figure it out. Probably when men start suffering from it more. There are men who have it, but by and far it's women. And a lot of these illnesses also strike women of color more than white women. So, you know how motivated the medical industry is there. Jesus Christ.